You'll see the real me. A disaster. Secrets that I keep locked like a monster.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Darkson Gaming. My name is Chris, and in today's video we are taking on the MUI Goku Dokkan Event with Team Bardock. So first and foremost, for those of you that were lucky enough to just come back, or maybe you just picked up Dokkan Battle and you were able to pick up the new MUI Goku, do not worry, congratulations, because this video right here is really going to break down how Team Bardock is able to beat the event, and really do so relatively easily. I like doing this on every new Dokkan event that is coming out, just because I think that the Team Bardock team is one of the best. I mean, let alone the fact that there's talk right now that Ginyu Force is getting a new Extreme Super Battle Road, and which means they could potentially be getting a EZA. That also means then that Team Bardock could be turning around and getting an EZA. And I can't even imagine these guys on an EZA, because right now, as you'll see through this, they're able to pretty much take on any Dokkan event. There are a couple that they do struggle with, which if you go through and you take a look at some of the other Dokkan events that I've done, you'll be able to see that there's times where I'm not paying attention and turn around and end up getting killed. But particularly on this, I am able to turn around and say, hey, let's showcase these guys, let's see what they look like and everything else. Now, part of the problem that runs into it is, excuse me, you can't find friends. So, here I actually, as you just saw, was able to turn around and find an AGL Bardock to transform to the Super Saiyan. He is a low-class Warriors leader, so he is able to boost the entire team, but he does not get boosts from my leader because he's actually not a Team Bardock unit. So that's part of what is a little wonky with it, which means you could turn around, you could bring a Trunks, you could bring a Pycon. They're on storied figures events, so if you wanted to bring the new Tapion, they would get additional boosts from there. Another levels they could do Space Traveling Warriors, so you could turn around and bring a Space Traveling Warrior, or even Pure Saiyans. Any of those leaders, they're going to turn around and be able to run on this team. They aren't going to be able to get in the Team Bardock, but usually most of those other units can hold their own. I specifically was thinking about bringing Tapion, but then I remembered the AGL levels at the end, and I did not want him to get just smacked around with only having their own leader skill, so that's why I turned around and decided to do this. Now here you can see I'm actually turning around and getting the Super Saiyan Bardock transformation to go off, and really this team again just does very, very well on a standpoint that there's so much synergy between them. Now, when you actually look at Team Bardock, I do not know when, and I don't even think Dokkan remembers, that Team Bardock is only at 79%. We do not have the ability yet to get the last two, and they've been out, it's been over a year. I think it was Saiyan Day last year that they came out in 2020. So, I mean, you're talking about, really almost 15 to 18 months since these guys have dropped, and yeah, I mean, they're still 79% because they forgot that they're not at 100. I don't know. But Team Bardock is actually a really good team, just on the standpoint that when it comes down to their super attack, they're able to greatly raise attack for one turn and cause colossal damage. And then if they get their 18 attack, they actually are able to raise Superclass Allies attack by 30%. So it's nice to be able to have them in that first slot if you're able to. I mean, obviously you have to go on whatever's going on with the level. But then they also boost Superclass Allies by 30% attack and defense, and then Team Bardock by 30%. So having two of them on rotation obviously helps out quite a bit, because that's 60% to the entire team that's getting boosted. Now, Fasha, I really like Fasha here, because Fasha is able to lower attack and defense with her super attack, and then she has a high chance of evading with a 90% defense, randomly changes key spheres to rainbow when there's a Team Bardock, or excuse me, when there is a Bardock on the team, which obviously you're going to sit there and throw Bardock on this team. I actually built mine with full dodge, so she's got 13 dodge that really kind of helps out quite a bit. And I do have two equipments trying to get additionals, and the reason why I have the additionals is because of the lowering attack. So that obviously helps out a lot. Now here you're going to see Shugesh, and we all love Shugesh. And Shugesh does a lot of really great things. Raises defense infinitely, which obviously helps out quite a bit with causing supreme damage. But then his passive skill gives him attack and defense plus 90%. Performs a critical hit when the target is stunned, and stuns the target enemy when stuns the target enemy when the target enemy's super attack is sealed. So that obviously turns around. He needs some help, which the other Team Bardocks all work pretty well with each other. And you're able to say, okay, you know, boosting whatever to get that. And really, probably the next big one here, I'm actually going to go over Bardock, because Bardock, you'll see me throwing him on main rotation. And he really is good because he actually is the one that's able to seal super attacks. So obviously that's going to help out with that Shugesh. But then he gets 18% attack per key sphere obtained, reduces damage received by 10% for each Team Bardock category ally on the team, up to 50%. So he gets a 50% damage reduction, which is always really nice. So there you only see him take 34,000 from MUI Goku. So he's, I don't know, is it still MUI Goku? UI Goku? I guess either way he's going to be perfectly fine when it gets set up. But now Tora is really nice too, because he infinitely stacks attack and defense. So you want to give him full additionals when he's going off, but he gives all allies key +2 and attack and defense plus 30%. And then also he recovers 10% HP whenever 70% HP or less with 5 or more low-class warrior allies. So again, you're going to do that, so you're going to run him on a Team Bardock team. So he's going to continuously give 10% HP whenever you're below 70% HP. So, and I believe that is at the start of the turn that actually kicks in. So that obviously always helps. Full additionals on him, obviously, so that he could turn around and do some great things. Now with the other thing that's really nice about Team Bardock is the fact that they're able to turn around and have their own equipment. So you can actually go, there's a special event you can get into to get their own special equipment, which makes it really nice. But then there are other units that you can turn around and bring with them, because all the giant versions of these characters, so Tora, you've got Shugesh has got a giant character, Fasha, and Borgos, they all have giant ape units, so you can actually bring them on as well. Now they don't usually work quite as well, they've got a little bit lower, I mean they really are in need of EZAs, which their EZAs can work out very well. There's also the EZA for Bardock. Now he's pretty good because he does raise his attack and defense, and then turns around and is able to again be very, very strong against wicked bloodlines, which is again always a really nice thing. I mean, he's a guaranteed super attack when he's going up against them, plus I think he gets like a total 144% or 143%, something like that, 144% maybe of for his attack, which is really nice. And then just any other Bardocks, I believe there's the Tech Bardock, that is the giant ape, and then also the LR Bardock can be ran on the team. Now with same name update, that's going to be able to be a little bit easier if you really want to have one on there. And I'm sure he's eventually going to get an EZA that's going to make him very good, and he can really kind of set himself apart, especially in most Dokkan events if you're going in, because of the fact that he gets key +4 when only facing one enemy, and it's pretty nice because he does get an additional 30% attack when performing an ultra super attack, so he can get some pretty decent damage going on. But yeah, I mean, it really just kind of depends upon who you want to be able to bring, what you want to get set up here. I mean, as you can see here now, this is the final stage, and we can see Team Bardock, you know, and along with the Super Saiyan Bardock. Now from here, I think this is the last turn that Super Saiyan Bardock is able to get his additional boosts. So being able to turn around and really kind of maximize, probably transformed him a hair too early, but really didn't think, I wasn't expecting this to go as long as it did, because I think it actually ends up going like 13 turns. My original hope when doing this video was I was going to try to have them have both the Vegeta and Goku run side by side, and that didn't really work out so well. Now there you can see I took 152,000 damage from the LR Team Bardock, so that's about the hardest hit that I'm going to take, I think, throughout all of this. And I don't ever try to do these as like a no item run, because that's not the point. The point of going in and using these teams is to really kind of showcase, hey, look, this is what's possible. You can do this with a free-to-play team, and they can really kind of set a lot of stuff up. Again, here you can see Tora just getting a whole bunch of the additionals, and that's really the whole entire point behind him. And I hope if they get easy A's that he just gets like a built-in additional too, or maybe he goes up to like greatly stacking or massively stacking. That would be pretty nice too. Now see here, I just go ahead and I do use a Princess Snake, and again, not that I'm trying to do anything special if they no item run or anything like that. I'm just simply trying to say, hey, you know, we need to get these situated and ready to go. But here, Bardock swinging off with $1 million. And when I talk on the Vegeta one, because I do plan on launching the Vegeta one here, we will see, I'll actually kind of focus a bit more on the actual battle itself, instead of kind of giving so much of a background within the units. And really kind of being able to take off from that standpoint. But here, I mean, Fasha just dodges and dodges and dodges, which is always really nice. So that additional dodge to kind of set up is pretty nice. And here we end up going one more turn on this to finish up, and I think here I was just trying to decide whether or not I wanted to trust Team Bardock again, but Shugesh is able to take down just about anything, even though he doesn't get a whole lot. But here I'm able to get my 18 key again, and then turn around and get the full super attack then for the Super Saiyan Bardock. But as you can see, double, triple digit. I mean, you can't beat that. And then he's also swinging for $1 million, so that's always really nice. And granted, on this particular unit, or this particular level, you can't lower his... you can't stun him, you can't seal him, so he doesn't get some of the extra boost off him. But still, 1.5 million here from Team Bardock, and he's still hitting about 400,000. Most of the time, you're hitting on all the units right around 500 to 750,000. And Bardock is, or your friend unit, is going to be your main damage dealers. So you could see he's drastically lowered his ability to attack there. Here you're going to see Fasha just, if I remember right, Fasha does pretty well defending everything. I can't remember if we beat him or if he actually comes back with like a very, very small amount of health. And I go ahead and I'm like, I do not want to lose this run, because again, if you take a look at some of the previous videos I've done on these, I get overconfident in thinking that, oh yeah, nothing's going to happen to me, I don't really care, and we're just going to jump in, and I completely just am not paying attention to my health and end up getting killed, even with full health. I mean, there have been times I've ran some. I think I ran the Blue Boys, Broly, I think was another one that I ran, and Goten and Trunks, I think, were the ones that are like, I just was not paying attention. When you die, when you have full health, it's just ridiculous. But here, I'm able to go through, balance off everything, and then we're able to finish off the level. It took 14 turns, but hey, it's free to play. You're able to turn around and get everything situated. You could probably bring a little bit stronger units to help, especially with that, and then waiting to awaken the Super Saiyan Bardock, or if you bring someone else like the Tapion or a Pure Saiyan's lead, or what was the other lead? Space Traveling Warriors. I think any of those would really kind of set up pretty well and get things situated. So as we go ahead and wind this down, let's guess his 1 million attack. If you haven't done so already, please go down, make sure you guys hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget that notification bell so you're notified each and every time that I'm uploading a new video. And let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about Team Bardock. If you have any questions on how to get Team Bardock, because I do have information on that. But otherwise, that's it. That's today's video. Don't forget to go and hit me up on Discord and on Twitter. Do a lot of really cool discussions and everything there. Links are in the description below, but that's it. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.